So it's, well, not a year, but how do you look back on recordings now? Have you had do you have some distance to the songs now? Or is it still in the process of...
I did have distance from it because I finished it and then it's only been released now, so there was a period of 6 months where I was quite inactive, but it's the way the music business works. You finish a record and there are sort of times that you can and can't release it, sort of thing, and it was very frustrating for me sitting on this record and waiting for people to hear it and knowing that it was a real quality record, and, you know, very frustrating for me. But whatever, record companies have their agendas as well, and they couldn't release it till March, and it was very frustrating. So it did mean that I did had a distance from the record, and that I think I was able to evaluate it quite accurately. And my thing that I say about the record is that I've lived with it for a long time, and I do genuinely feel as though it's the sort of record that has a lot of depth, and it's the sort of record that you need to listen to a few times, but it's very rewarding once you have to listen to it that many times. And it's a shame. I think we live in a very fast society where culture is appreciated almost like fast food. You know, you need to. One feels hungry and you grab a sandwich, or you go to McDonald's, and there's no sense of appreciating slow food and slow culture. And people watch MTV and have videos blitzing them like adverts, and I don't think it's the sort of record that sits within that framework, of that cultural framework, particularly well. It's a slow, meditative record that you need to live with, and you need to have allow into your life. It won't push its way into your life like a angry little punk song or something like that. It's not that sort of a record. But even though it's that sort of a record, even though whatever sort of record it is, it's no less strong than other records. It's got a gentle power.
Is it for you, is this, well, the way to go now? More personal songs, or is it a one-off you had to do and then, well, you still not know what you're going to do next? Or is it this definitely the way to go?
I think I want to write very personally, but I want musically to do something different on the next record. I do want to make I think probably a bigger sounding record, probably band-orientated record. But as for lyrically, yeah, I think it's important to be honest about what you're talking about. Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if I want to be this blatant as blatant as this record. I think I'd probably be honest, but in a different, maybe in a more veiled way.
And if you have to look back now on what the albums you did with Suede, for example, were you holding back lyrically, maybe?
No, not at all. I mean, if you listen to the first two Suede albums, I think that they're really very personal. But the difference is, probably, I was scared of letting people know exactly what they're about, and with this record, I'm much more. It's much more matter of fact. You know, "Song for My Father." It's a song for my father. For God's sake, you know, you can't get much more plain than that. And with the first Suede record, it was very. I wasn't comfortable with being that honest about things. So even though the first Suede record is personal, it's probably less honest. So, no, I mean, it's not like I've never been in this lyrical territory before. You know, I've kind of always written from the heart. But you know, there's a subtle way in which this is different, I think. It feels fresh to me. That's what counts. You know, that's all that matters. You know, you know, you can. Is it this? Is it that? Or is it the other? I don't know. But it feels exciting for me. It feels right. So.